Hi, my name is Chris Ryan, down at the Belfry in the Talent Performance Centre, and we are doing a video talking about the delivery position and a really simple drill that you can do at home or at the range, which is going to help you understand a little bit more about how to get that club into a good delivery position before you strike it. Before we get into the video, the details of my Facebook, my Twitter and my Instagram should be in the corner of the screen about now. Please make sure you go ahead and follow me on those. It's a good way for you to connect with me. If you have got anything, any comments or anything like that, you can do so via those. Right, so we are talking about the delivery position, and really the video today is more just to give you a little exercise, a little drill that you can do which helps you understand where that delivery position should be. So the first thing to understand would be the takeaway and the downswing are extremely different. It's not simply a case of we move the club back and then we move the club through the same way. It's not a sort of reverse motion of the backswing. There are extremely different things happening, and what we're going to try and do is going to talk a little bit about the hands, about the trial elbow and about the golf club and how they all work together. So what I'm going to do very simply is I'm just going to take my setup with a 7-iron. So I'll show you this from a couple of different angles because you'll be interested for you to see it from both angles. So let's say there's my setup and we're happy with that. That's pretty much an orthodox setup. Now, if I were to do a pretty good takeaway, what you would hopefully see would be that as I move my chest and my arms away, the handle or my hands move pretty much straight back away. They work pretty much straight towards this camera over here. So as I move away, my hands move in this area here. So they're pretty close to my right thigh, and you'll notice that the club head is a little bit more outside my hands. That's fine. We're not really talking too much about the takeaway in this video, but I just wanted to sort of cover that very briefly. So now what we're going to do is we're going to get you to feel a delivery position. So what I want you to do, take your setup and then just use your wrists. Try and keep the grip end exactly where it is. Use your wrists and just hinge the club vertically up so we get the club to about horizontal. So if I do that again for you, you'll see from the other camera angle that hasn't really caused my forearms to move or my arms. It's just caused the club head to move vertically up. That's my wrists setting. From here, what I now want you to do is use your forearms and your arms, and I want you to rotate them to the right to get the club to what would be more of a delivery position. So I'll show you that again from two different angles. So from the face on, we see this. And then if I do that from down the line, you're going to see it looks a little bit different. Make sense? So from the front on, take a look at my back elbow, this right elbow. As I hinge up, it doesn't really move, but when I go to the right, the elbow seems to work a little bit more in front of me. Now, if we look at it from the other camera angle, we go up, and again, as I start to move here, we get a little bit more flex in that right arm. Notice how my hands have also moved slightly further away from my body. That's really important. That's almost the big thing to take from this video. So from that angle again, we go up, and then we go out to the right. So my hands have moved out away. My right elbow has gone a little bit more in, and that's allowed the club head to fall in line, if not a little bit behind my hands. Now, is this an exact replica of the delivery position? Not really, because I don't have any body motion, my shoulders aren't open, etc, etc. There's a few things that are missing, but we're really just focusing on what's happening in the hands and the arms. So what do I tend to see a lot of? Well, if we look down the line again, I will often see wrists, and then when the club gets rotated, I often see this, where the elbow gets a little bit more stuck behind the back, it's not in front of me, and my hands have got closer, if anything, to my right thigh. This is not really a very good position to play from. What we're going to find is that the elbow can't really get in front, and we're going to find that we release very early. We're going to find that we get this kind of motion, or this kind of look to our delivery position. So the idea really is just for you to go up, across, and feel this right arm working a lot more back in front of you. So I've got my elbow certainly back in front of my right hip, and to do that my hands have had to move a little bit away. From here, if I did a little backswing and down, that feels as I want it to feel as I'm coming into the golf ball. So the progression from the little sort of static movement is actually to go ahead and hit a couple of shots. So if I'll just show you what I mean, I'll just go a little bit more up the left so you can kind of see. So I'm going to take my setup, I'm going to go vertical up with the hands, I'm going to go right with the arms, elbow tucks in. From there I can make a couple of rehearsals and I can just go ahead and hit a couple of shots. But it's going to really start to get me to feel what my delivery should be like. What we don't want to do, as I said, is start to go around this way. When the elbow gets stuck from here, I'm probably only ever going to hit really poor strikes, not a lot of power, not a lot of efficiency there. So let me just show you that once more. Set up, forearms don't move. Really important that we just keep the arms going up this way. Wrists set. Then we move them to the right, hands move a little bit away, elbow moves in front, club head moves behind the hands. Little rehearsal, and then go ahead and hit a couple of shots. It's a really, really good drill to get golfers to sort of start to feel what we're trying to get them to do. Often the delivery position is something golfers get wrong. We often see maybe they don't have enough rotation of the arms, the elbow isn't really in the right position, they can't get the club head behind the hands, they're often in this position. We've got to get that club more behind, and that's really a good place to play golf from, because we can start to turn the body through and start to deliver the club more efficiently. So it's quite an easy drill. You don't need to go to the range initially, because you can just go ahead and do those static movements at home and just get a feel what's going to happen. And what we're hoping you're going to feel is two things really. One, the hands move slightly away from you, and two, the right elbow has to move into a slightly different position for you to achieve the right delivery. And that's really, really important. We can then take those ideas through to the full golf swing, and hopefully we will hit some better shots as a result. Right, thank you very much for watching the video. The usual stuff down there, comments box, like button and subscription link. If you haven't done already, then please subscribe. It really does help me, and it just means you'll get first access to the videos. Right, thank you very much for watching. Hopefully the drill helped, and we'll see you again next time.